What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Papa Richie. Welcome to another segment of Challenge the Criminal Mind. This is part 10. The subject, Challenge the Criminal Mind, where we challenge the thoughts that lead to negative behavior that affect our society as a whole. Okay, today's topic I basically want to focus on briefly is terrorism in different forms. But before we go there, I want to touch one more thing. Our principles. You have a right to be treated with respect as long as you don't infringe upon the right of others. You have a right to be treated with integrity. You have a right to say no and don't feel guilty about it. Somebody wanted to give you a cigarette and you say no, don't feel guilty. I can say no and don't feel guilty about it. That's a choice you get, right? You have a right to slow down and think before you speak. And you have a right to change your mind. The main concept of the program is your perception triggers a thought or feeling that subsequently affect your behavior, right? Let me say that again. Your perception, the way you view something, triggers a thought or feeling, make you feel happy or sad towards that affects your behavior, meaning you're going to act on how you feel. So now what I'm trying to do in this program is get people to change their negative perception on how they view things so they feel different about it and they'll behave differently. Okay, right now in society we got some things going on that's really irritating me. For one, you got some people that blew up police. They're trying to kill police. They got these bombs or whatever. They blowing stuff up. Saying, in this society, we have three orders of government. One make the law, one interprets the law, and one enforces the law. The police enforces the law. Without no law, there'd be chaos. Back in the cowboy days, when your mother walked down the street, somebody just bust in the head and drag her in the building. You don't want that to happen. That's the purpose of police. Respect the authority. I mean, of course, you got some police that's out of order, certain police that do things or act a certain way that's inappropriate. But that's an individual act. That's not something that they trained to do. And those that trained to do it should know better because they should have some common sense. But we're gonna touch that too, but not right now. We're gonna move on. All right? And what I'm saying is, there's a structure in which things are done in this society. So if you got a problem with whatever the police is doing, take it up with your congressman. We put people in positions. You put congressmen, legislators, House of Representatives. We appoint those people to them positions. Now, if you got a problem, rally up your community, right? And I don't need the ABE this to you, but you know, you start with the block association, then the Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Manhattan, whatever community you in, rally up the community. Y'all go to the people that's running for office for these positions, and you'll tell them, listen, we're gonna vote for you, but we need you to do this. And you explain to them what you want done. And if they don't do it, then you don't vote for them. See? You don't go killing police. That's the protection of society. Okay. Now at that point, it says, I'm not even going to go to the criminal thought deep behind that because it varies. You got some people that just misfits, some people that have been through bad child abuse, some people that just feel that they can do whatever they want to do, and you can't. You can do what you want to do to a point, but once what you're doing is hurting other people, you lose that right to do what you want to do. So now those with authority are going to do what they need to do to take you away because you're not fit to be in this society. Okay. The next thing I want to touch upon too is you got this other terrorism. They're going around the country, just blowing buildings up, just killing people under some religious concept. There's no religious concept that tells you to go blowing shit up. You're an evil motherfucker. You're taking it upon yourself to do that. And what's annoying me the most is that y'all cowards is doing this, and you're getting the innocent people of your nationality involved in this. You know, you put on your Habib turbans on your head. You go tear stuff up, and then you go hide in the houses in the villages with innocent people. So now when the bad boys, because you playing the bad boy, you want to go out there and start killing people, blowing shit up. So now you're a bad boy. Deal with them. You want to go fight with the military, but you want to go hide in people's houses. So now the innocent people are getting killed because of you. And your people that's doing that's hiding y'all, they just as stupid. Excuse me. And that's what the message I want to bring to you is, because you're Muslim and you follow the ways of Allah, the Quran, it should be your business when you see these other terrorists, people doing their terrorist act, not to support them. Because when you support them and you help them hide, when they come, they're coming for you too. See, they don't care nothing about you, because if they wouldn't jeopardize your lives like that. They would go to the protocol, go to their leaders, or become a leader, And the protocol is they got the United Nations. The United Nations is where all people from each country have a representative to speak their piece. So you get your member from your country to go to the United Nations and talk to the other countries, all the countries together, and say what America is doing or whatever it is that's affecting you and change it. That's how you get things done. You don't go blowing something up. Blowing something up is part of a criminal thinking. And because you want to inflict pain upon others. What's going on inside your head that make you feel it's all right for you to go hurting other people? You're sick and you need to get some counseling, some serious therapy. I'm not going to go into details about that. Okay, the next part of terrorism that I want to add, this is within our own selves. And it's really annoying. You got you pervert bastards that getting on the train with your phones. You see women walking up the stairs and you're putting your phones under trying to look up their dress. That's inappropriate. That's disrespectful. And the reason, and more frustrating, is that these people you're terrorizing them. Because when a woman walk up the stairs and you put your phone under her dress, there's other women behind her, and they see that same action. Now they're scared. So you instill fear upon people. So now you become just as bad as those people that's blowing stuff up. You become a terrorist. Though you might not think it on that level, you're still putting fear in people. You're hurting people. And stop the bullshit. If you feel that you need to do whatever purpose, go get a magazine that got naked women in and look at the page, whatever you want to see. Go get a porno book and look at it. But don't go on the street messing with people. So once you on the street messing with people, you're infringing upon other people's. You have a right to be treated with respect and integrity. As long as you don't offend upon the right of others. You're infringing upon the right of others when you do that foul stuff. I don't need to go into more details. Two more forms of terrorism, then I'm going to cut this short. This is real grimy. People are, you go in front of check cashing places, you stand in front of banks, in front of grocery stores, in front of restaurants, begging for money. Get a goddamn job like everybody else. If you say you got a disability, go down to disability and tell them, let them take care of you. Go down to welfare and get some money. Don't go on the street begging people for money. You're scaring people. You got a lady that's coming out the bank with a check to pay her rent. You start asking her for money, she's scared. She don't know you. She don't know if you're going to attack her, you're going to punch her, you're going to snatch her pocketbook. You're instilling fear upon people. Don't do that. Stop begging women for money, especially a grown man. You got men 25 years old, 26 years old, begging women for money. Don't you have any pride, any integrity about yourself? But it's about time you get some. Stop begging people for money and get a goddamn job with the rest of society. There's no space for that. That's a criminal thought, I'm saying, because you don't want to work. This society, this structure is designed for working people to prosper. All the way back in the biblical days, God said if a man don't work, he don't eat. I'm kind of fat. So that means I got to work because I like to eat. So now if you don't want to work, your ass shouldn't eat either. And the people that work for their hard money, they don't feel like giving it to you. No, I don't got an extra dime to spare. No, I ain't got no spare change. What the hell is spare change? What the hell are you going to do with a quarter? You put a lot of other quarters together, go buy you some liquor or go buy you some drugs? I'm not supporting your drug habit. I got my own family to take care of. Stop begging for money. Get a goddamn job. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to touch on is, wow, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that's just irritating. But I'm going to try to touch them in short term and be like as clean as possible without cursing. But when you got knowledge and you become aware of stuff, then you sit back and you see what's going on. And at some point, you start to feel powerless over situations because you ain't in no position to change it. That's the purpose of me making this program, Challenge the Criminal Mind. Or hopefully in time, I get some support from Oprah, I get some support from Tyler Perry, and I actually grab some of these people and interview them. Because I would like to know what's going through your mind when you're doing some of these stupid acts. And I can understand something because if you see part 8 and part 9 of my video, you see my history, so you know I've been through some shit. You see? And at the time I understood I had to break down my criminal thinking, how I used to think, to change that. Because I want to be in a society where I'm not intimidating, I'm not threatening to other people, where I can live comfortable. And that's how everybody should have to live. A peaceful, quiet, comfortable life without having to worry about people trying to snatch their pocketbooks, without having to worry about people trying to blow them up when they try to, you know what I'm saying? Without having to worry about get shot in the head just walking down the street. You know, and those things, those behaviors that people are doing is terrible and it's horrible. And I don't know what makes them feel that it's acceptable. But I feel we need programs like this to address that criminal behavior. Because it's not normal, and it infringes upon other people's behavior, other people's rights. Okay? Right, 1 minute. As I said, the name of this program is Challenge the Criminal Mind. And all we want to do is just get you to reflect and think about some of the things you do before you do it and how it's affecting the community. Every action of criminal act affects somebody. When I run down the street and I choke somebody, there's little kids watching, there are people watching. those people that are watching, they if I do it to them, if I do it to the person I'm doing it to, they feel I can do it to them too. And that's intimidating and it's threatening and it's fearful. Don't go around imposing your fear upon other people. And that's what you're doing, whether the person is aware of it or not. Sam, challenge the criminal reminds me, sometimes sit back and think of your behavior and how it don't just affect you selfishly, but how it affects the society and the community as a whole. Whatever you do, there's somebody going to see you. Somebody's looking out the window, somebody's walking down that street. Stop in fear, instilling fear upon people. Think before you react. And understand that you don't live in this society by yourself. You live with a bunch of other people, and we have to learn to get along. You know, and I feel one of the things that we need to do, this is the part 2 that I want to briefly speak on. I know a lot of people talk about the prison system, and I want to touch on that briefly because there's this criminal element in it that needs to be addressed. And this show is not going to address it because I actually need to talk to the politicians behind it, which I'm not in a position to do that yet, but what I do, I will let them have a piece of my goddamn mind. And one thing I feel is, it's called correctional facilities, right? You're not going to get corrected unless you want to be corrected. Nobody can change you but you. You can talk about whatever you want to talk all day long, but if a person not willing to change, it's on that person. I could take a horse, run him around the track all day long. I can't make him drink that water. I might could bust him in the head, and maybe he might drink it, but we're not doing no violent acts, so I can't bust the horse in the head to make him drink that water. All right? And what I'm saying is, when people go to prison, they got programs to help them. But the majority of the programs is not really set up to help the individual. Y'all people have sons, you have daughters, you have grandsons, 3 or 4 generations, you have fathers that's in prison. Don't support their bullshit in prison. Listen, Pop's telling you, listen, Pop's like 60 years old. His son is 2 cells down from him. His grandson is 4 cells down from him. And they all talking the same bullshit. Hey baby, send me some money, some packages. No, I'm not sending you, what have you done? You can't even read. Have you got your, get a GED and I send you a package. Go learn the trade and I send you a package. You make them do something that's going to benefit them and themselves. Because once you're involved in something positive, eventually it's going to change your thinking positive. You stay in the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. See? Because you're going to fit in with the Romans. You understand? So when you got those family members that's in prison, put pressure on them. Don't let them put pressure on you. Put your family pressure on your family members to make them take a trade. Get a skill. So when they come back here, they come back to society, they can be productive. You got people in prisons with doing 4 or 5 years. You do 5 years playing basketball around, don't learn shit. Then you come back here, and the same bullshit you've been doing, you're gonna continue to do, because there's nothing that's changed. It's up to the family members to take their part and play their role in this. If this is your person, you say you love them. Sometimes you have to help people see, because they can't see for themselves. And certain things they can't. Right? You got family, so those family members that's up there, tell them, listen, if you're gonna be in prison, learn something. Get a trade, get a master's, get a college degree. Do something to make yourself perfected. And another problem that I really want to address, but I can't address it on this, but when I do, when I sit down with legislators, we're gonna talk. And one thing is, all these prisons, they're not addressing the needs of the people. If you're a pedophile, they should have a jail set up for pedophiles, a jail set up for drug dealers, a jail set up for the various crimes, because you got like 15, 16 jails upstate, Attica, Compton. All these jails, just everybody go there. No, you should set jail for specific behavior and have your therapists, counselors, psychologists, clinical therapists, doctors and majors sit down and have these groups and deal with the mental process of thinking of these people. Because if you're not addressing the problem is you just prolonging the problem to come back to society, and that's defeats the purpose of saying correction. If you want to correct something, have something to correct them with. You can't tell me I run around choking people all day, and you're going to tell me I'm going to go in the yard and play basketball for 4 or 5 years and I'm going to come back and change? No, I can't play basketball. I got to do something that's going to change my way of thinking. And one of the things that the government needs to do in society is set up programs in which to address the thinking pattern of the people's behavior that's going to prison. And because they don't do that, the same crazy people that's going in is the same crazy people coming out. All right? We're going to challenge that criminal behavior. All right? This is Papa Richie. Until next time, y'all be cool, y'all be safe, and avoid the bullshit. Go on.